So hi everyone, good morning. How's everyone doing? Hope all of you are well. Not audible? What about for the rest? Am I audible? Yep, okay, good. So for whoever I was not audible, just check the audio at your end. Maybe there is a problem. So hi, so good to see everyone. I'm Kushal. I don't think you all have met me yet. I'm your faculty for verbal ability. And I know some of you all might be confused because you already had a verbal ability session yesterday. That was with Praddy. So our verbal ability sessions, we are going to split between us. Me and Praddy will both take verbal ability. And Praddy will also be taking some of your classes for logical reasoning. So we've split those assignments between us. Okay, so it's good to finally meet you. I've been doing verbal ability with the other batch. I think this is batch 2. With batch 1, I have done sessions yesterday as well as today morning. And it's nice to meet everyone in this batch now. So I'm from Mumbai. I've done my MBA back in 2011. So me and Suraj were batchmates in college. I think you've met Suraj, founder and CEO of Apex, and he might have taken a quant session for you yesterday and today as well. Yeah. So after our MBA, we were from Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar, XIMB. Anyone from Orissa here? So I went back to Mumbai to work. I'm Kushal, Kushal, for those who are asking. I went back to Mumbai. I've worked in the finance field so far. I worked with 5.5 years with L&T Finance. I don't know how many of you all know the company. L&T, I think everyone is aware. Larsen & Toubro, largest construction company in India, operations all over the world. They also have a finance arm, L&T Finance. So I was with them for 5.5 years, partly on the credit side, partly on as a relationship manager. Then I moved to HDFC Bank. I don't think anyone will have a problem with that. So I was with them for 3 years, entirely again on the finance side. And sometime in 2019, I stepped away from the finance kind of career track. And of course, partly on the English front, things were already on. So I thought, why not try something on the career aspect? If I can use my English skills and knowledge, and if I can help you all improve your chances at placements, and if I can help some other students improve their chances at getting into some of the good colleges. Apex also has classes for your MBA entrance exams, your CAT, XAT, and all of them. Yeah. So I thought if I could improve their chances at getting into some of the top institutes in the country, then why not? So far through the lockdown, I was operating out of Mumbai, work from home, and we had classes on Zoom as you are having now. For those who are asking, no, I don't know Telugu at all. I know only one word of Telugu, Ardhamautanda. This is something that students tell me I should know in the class. So I was operating from home whole of last year. And I think here, sometime around December, Jan, colleges started opening up for classrooms. I don't know when your college might have opened. Maybe sometime around Pongal, everything was open. And me and Suraj were discussing for me moving down to Vizag and taking the classes in the classroom. Okay, so before MBA, engineering was in Mumbai itself, Mumbai University. I'm an electronics engineer. So I haven't worked from engineering. I went directly into my MBA. So this January, we were discussing how to move the logistics of it. And in the first week of March, we drove down. So that was fun. We decided we don't want to take the risk of taking a flight or taking a train in the COVID situation. So we piled whatever we could in the car, and we brought one cycle also along with us. And we did a 4-day drive. Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad, which was the longest stint, and Hyderabad to Eluru. We stayed at Eluru midway, and then on the fourth day, Eluru to Vizag. So that was fun, and it was a really good drive once we got into the Krishna Godavari basin. A lot of farms, lot of greenery between Hyderabad to Vijayawada, and then we turned northward. So Vijayawada, Rajmundry, Vizag. So that was fun. And I've been here for just a couple of months, not very long. But luckily, we found a place quickly, a good place to stay. And I call it luck because the second wave actually escalated within a couple of weeks. So we got out of Mumbai just in time, and their cases were going crazy. And we came here and found a place just in time. And then in April, we had the lockdown. So we've been working from home since then. So it's been good so far, enjoying the city, and I think much better city and state than Mumbai. Some may not agree with me. Some may wonder why you are moving in the reverse direction. All of us want to go to Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore to work. So this question I've faced a lot. Okay. Achha, someone has a doubt already. I'm not even started teaching. Yeah? Go ahead. Yes, please put your doubt. No problem. So, so I know that for you guys, the schedule is really tough. Huh? I was just going through the schedule before starting the class. You have 2 classes in the morning, then you have a lunch break, then you have a 2-hour session in the afternoon. And I'm sure that all of you have college work as well going on. Yeah. So hats off to you guys. I don't know how you balance it. It was not this hectic in my engineering time. So this was 2009, batch of 2009 for engineering. It was not that hectic. So completely respect for all of you all, how you are managing your college examinations and studies, as well as your placement preparation. And I think some of you all might be heading into various different directions. No, some of you all are going to get placed, join some of the top IT companies, some startups, Amazon maybe. I don't know if it comes to your college. Some of you all might be thinking about further education, might be attempting your GRE, your GATE. So further education on the engineering side. And some of you all might be preparing for your MBA, those who want to do a management course post-graduation, right? So I'm looking forward to get to know all of you all a little more in detail over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks that we interact. Chandra, I'm an MBA from XIMB, Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar. Okay. I really hoped that we could actually come down to college and do this program because I had heard about from Suraj that how much fun it was when I think once last year or 2 years back, they had actually had a team at your college to execute this. But unfortunately, given COVID, we still have to remain focused on our goals and our career, and the classes need to go on as usual because the companies are not stopping their recruitment. They will come for placements as usual. So we need to prepare. We can't keep waiting for the COVID second wave to recede. Yeah. Oh, interesting question. So someone's asking how we can get into Mumbai University. So Mumbai University post-graduation, is it? Or are you talking about engineering or MBA? I'm not sure. But I think it's a straightforward application process. For the MBA, there's a CET, Common Entrance Test, for all the colleges in Maharashtra. And for MTech, I'm not sure. I'll have to find out. MTech ke liye kya hota hai. Maybe I'll come back to you on that. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, it's a packed schedule for you. Okay. And my sessions are going to be a bit of a break. So relax. You don't need to be mentally as involved as you are when you solve your quant or your logical reasoning. It's going to be a break between your heavy sessions. Okay, today also we are going to start on the easier side just to get warmed up as to what is verbal. I'll give you an overview of what we plan to cover, and then we'll get into the session itself. Yeah. Okay, so I've had 2 questions on the chat. both of them are to do with other exams. So one of them is asking, is verbal easy for SSC? For your, maybe for PO also. So verbal is not that difficult. For PO and for SSC, verbal is not difficult at all. It's maybe the level that you would expect in placements or lower than that, possible. Yeah. Someone else asked, what about verbal in IELTS? So IELTS is your English qualifier exam if you want to go abroad. So IELTS verbal is a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit more difficult than your placement exams, than what we'll be taking you through in our classes. You need to study a little bit more. IELTS, TOEFL, I think, is one of the English exams, and also GMAT and GRE. In both of these, verbal will be at a slightly higher level than what we cover in class. Okay. Banking will be easier. So banking, SSC, PO, this is all at the same level, lower level of verbal. Okay. Someone is asking, can you guide us in the IELTS way? So we'll need to discuss that offline. So we have a specific task ahead of us related to our placements currently. But IELTS we can take offline. You know? Let's see. Okay, interesting. So CAT is tougher. CAT is for your MBA entrance exams for IIMs and some other colleges. And there are a few other related exams also for other colleges, ZAT, Symbiosis, NMIMS, all of these. So CAT level in the topics that we cover is slightly higher than what your recruiters ask in your exams. They don't test you as much. CAT and GMAT are also related. If you prepare for CAT, you are okay for GMAT. Maybe in the verbal side, GMAT will require a little bit more of practice and a few topics which are not there in CAT. So between CAT and GMAT, vocabulary is something that GMAT will need. Grammar, GMAT is much tougher than CAT. CAT, there is no grammar question. And we also need to study our critical reasoning in a little bit more of detail for the GMAT compared to CAT, because GMAT has essay answer in which we have to type out the analysis of the problem, which is not there in CAT. CAT is all multiple choice. It's not there in our placement exam also. Placement exam, you just have to click, that's it. Okay, so let's get into the slides. We'll again take a break midway somewhere and we can continue this discussion. So whatever doubts you have, I think someone's asking about resume preparation, interviews and all. We'll continue. Let's get a bit into class and then we'll come back. Okay, so today, as you see, I'm going to start off with a slightly lighter topic, which is vocab. Okay, so I hope first of all, the slides are visible to everyone. If you could just let me know in the chat. Okay, great, thanks. Second thing is, if you could let me know in the first session that you did with Praddy, did he give you an overview of what we are going to cover in our classes over the next 2-3 weeks? Okay, so let me give you that brief overview. Some clever people have decided to take advantage of annotations being open for everyone and made some designs. So now I have to reshare my slides. So now I have to remember this. First thing I do when I share slides, disable annotation. Because some of them are quicker at fastest finger first. Hey, use your fastest finger first skills to get vaccine. Okay, don't use them over here. That is more important now. I don't know about the scene wherever you guys are. I think everyone is in their hometown and in various places. But in Vizag, only one hospital is giving. And some 300, 400 shots every day for 18 to 44. So every evening, everyone is sitting and trying their, IRCTC Tatkal kind of method. Whoever wins gets the vaccine next. So in verbal ability, just a quick kind of overview. We're going to do a few sessions of reading comprehension, which is passages of around 200, 300, 400 words followed by a few questions on those passages. The questions will mostly be direct, they'll be easier. The passages will be simple, easy to understand. Some of them are stories, some of them are about history. They come from a variety of topics. So Praddy will be taking this up, reading comprehension. We have 2 sessions on this. You guys have already started with grammar. I think yesterday Praddy would have covered, yesterday or on Monday, Praddy would have covered parts of speech, and he went into a few parts of speech in detail. Yeah, conjunctions, prepositions. So we'll be getting into other parts of speech in future sessions. We'll be doing past tense, present tense, future tense in a bit of detail. We'll be having a look at what is subject verb agreement, where you need to decide whether plural or singular verb has to be because of plural or singular subject. And we'll also have a look at direct and indirect speech. Invariably, all of your exams have 1 or 2 questions on converting direct speech to indirect and indirect speech to direct. So this, on the grammar side, we'll have a few sessions where we'll cover all of this for you. So here also, Praddy will be working with you on grammar. We have verbal logic and verbal reasoning. Okay. This is a combination of English, but it is also a combination of English with logical reasoning. So you need to apply your thinking abilities, your lateral thinking, thinking out of the box, and you need to apply it into these questions. So we'll be starting with para jumbles. I hope short forms are okay. RC is reading comprehension. This is subject verb agreement, direct, indirect, verbal logic, verbal reasoning, and para jumbles, which is you have to rearrange sentences in the logical order. We'll also have an interesting topic called syllogisms. This is solved using your Venn diagrams and set theory, something we may have studied in 12th standard or so. A union B, A intersection B, all of this. Maybe even first year of engineering, some of you all might have had set theory. Yeah, and we'll also go into critical reasoning, which is an important topic from an employment perspective. What the recruiters try to judge in critical reasoning is whether you can absorb information which is given to you and take good judgments and good decisions based on that information. Because that's what makes a good employee and a good manager, right? All of us are going to join large organizations sometime over the next 6 months. And our critical reasoning skills have to be tip top. Because every day at work, and having worked 8.5 years, I know that every day you will be faced with a lot of information. What is happening in your city, in your country, all over the world. You need to take decisions based on how this news affects you and affects your colleagues and your organization. So you need to take informed decisions. And that is what critical reasoning tries to test. And underlying to all of this is vocabulary. Now, why do I say underline? Because a strong vocab, if we can work on it the next few months, 6 months or so, a strong vocab will help us in RC, because we won't be stuck for what is the meaning of this word or that word. It will help us in grammar because the questions will be faster, and it will help us in our verbal reasoning and verbal logic. In fact, it will also help us in quantitative ability and logical reasoning as well. Because a good vocab gives you a grasp of English, it allows you to improve your reading speed, and you can proceed through the paper much faster. Okay. In some exams, some of the companies ask you vocab questions also. What is the meaning of this word? Synonyms, antonyms, fill in the blanks, analogies. These are some of the vocab questions which we will also be going through in the sessions that I do with you. So majorly, I will be taking vocab for you, and I will also be taking verbal logic and verbal reasoning. And Praddy might take the other half of your syllabus. Okay, any doubts on this? Anything that is not understood? Anything that you want clarity on? Okay. So today's vocab session is really light, as I said before. We are going to start with a simple exercise, and the aim of this exercise is to just start thinking about more words, as many as we can. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something simple. I'm going to put a picture on your screen. And all you need to do is you need to put whatever words come to your mind when you see that photo. Okay. The video will be uploaded in the website by the evening. So we are uploading all the recorded sessions into the website. Don't worry. On all the topics that you cover, we will. Okay. I'm going to start with a photo. I want you to tell me what all words you think of when you see this photo. That's it. Okay, I'm going to start listing out the words over here. Good. So I have nature, I have scenery. Someone says lake, mountains, sky, blue. Oh, a lot of colors coming in. Greenery is there. Reflection, okay. Hills, hilly area, good. Trees, plants, pleasant. Clouds. Environment, nice. That's a good word. Environment. Acha. Now we are coming into interesting words. Awesome. Peace. Rejuvenate. Silence. Then we have a few more simpler words. View, weather, landscape. I'm running out of space. Pleasing. Woods. Wow. I think we covered pleasant. Ambience I can put. Okay, that is something we haven't written. Someone wants to go and do a photo shoot here. Nice. It's good to see everyone has hobbies, you know. Fantastic. Okay. Really feels like you want to go there, no? Because we've all been at home in the last 1 year, no holidays, no time off, no traveling. So suddenly seeing this beautiful photo in front of us. Okay, some interesting words coming in. Tranquil. Swimming. Yep, holiday. Relax. I think relax we already have somewhere. No, we have. Okay, relax. Fishing. Okay. Fantabulous. Wow. Okay, that's a combination of fantastic and fabulous. Fantabulous. Good. Small house. Yeah, everyone wants to stay in that small house over here. I don't know if it's a house or a resort. I'm not sure. But everyone suddenly wants to go here. After being stuck in our houses for 1.5 years, we want to travel, definitely. Okay, so let me show you something interesting now. When we started this exercise, many of our words were to do with what we were looking at. We started with nature, scenery, greenery, lake, mountains, all of these words. We started here. If you notice, we went in this order, downstairs. Clouds, sky, blue, all of which were what we were looking at in the photo. But then something interesting happened. We started running out of words which we were seeing, if you noticed. And suddenly the words changed, right? They went from what you notice on the screen into what you feel inside you, right? So suddenly here, there was a change of words. You felt awesome after seeing the photo. You felt peaceful. You felt rejuvenated, right? You felt tranquility. Tranquil and peaceful are synonyms. Okay, tranquil, peace, calm, these are all similar words. Okay, pleasing, this is how you felt. Fantastic. Yeah, ambience. All of these words which I've highlighted in purple, once we had covered what we directly saw, we moved deeper. We started looking at our thoughts. What does the picture make you feel? is what we started listing out after a few minutes of words. Okay, and this is exactly what we are trying to do in vocabulary. The first word of vocabulary is what you see, what your eyes are telling you, what you smell, what you hear. This is vocab. But the next level of vocab is looking inside you, thinking a bit more deeply. If the photo is about mountains and lake, what are my thoughts suggesting? Yeah, am I feeling relaxed by looking at the photo? Am I feeling happy? Am I feeling peaceful? If I want to rejuvenate, should I go to a place like this? Suddenly our desires came out where we want to go, right? So we'll move to a new photo. Apart from what you see, which is, we can list it as well, you know, that's a big list. Apart from that, think about what the photo is trying to make you feel. And I'll explain a bit more about why we're doing this along with the next photo. So here you go. Someone said Jai Mata Di. Wow, what a start. Sleep, alone, stressed, exhausted, man, bench, poor. Yes, he can be poor, could be tired, he could be weak, he could be hungry. Someone's put weed. Okay, taking rest, right? That's right. What you see on the wall is vandalism. That's an interesting word. Alone, depressed. Yes. Many letters on the wall. What do the letters suggest? Yes, hopelessness for the person, of course, coming back. He could be dead. Yes. He's barefoot. So that suggests that he's poor, barefoot, beggar. Yeah, chilling, waiting. Yeah, could be. He could be waiting for someone. He could be a pilgrim. Okay. So I think this is coming from the clothes that he's wearing. A religious person. Yeah, someone's put sadhu, which is the Hindi word for a priest. Yeah, someone's put saint. Someone's put monk. Wow, so many synonyms. Yeah. Sadhu, saint, monk, all are synonyms. All mean the same thing. Okay. Someone saying waiting for the end of COVID. That's a good caption. Huh? Now we've got into captions. What will you caption this photo? Waiting for the end of COVID and died also. Okay, fasting, solitude. Okay, we're coming up with English words. Huh? Telugu, as you know, I don't understand. So I'm not going to list down Telugu words, or you may have to put me the meaning also. Yeah. Orphan, okay, if he's a child, it could be alone. Failure. Oh, someone's put love failure. Wow, next step. More captions are coming in. Vaccine hasn't come yet. Okay, quarantine. Whatever happens, I will sleep. Yes, sleep is most important. Recovery is most important. Yes. Yeah. Someone put Arjun Reddy, popular actor, I think. Yeah. Thinking out of the box. Waiting for hospital. So a lot of COVID related captions. Waiting for COVID, waiting for hospital, third wave be like, dreaming, fragrant, red color. Okay, interesting. Wall need to be painted. Perfect. Artist. Yeah, that's a new one. Artist. Yep. Someone also says photography, which is true. True of the last photo, true of this photo as well. Photography. Good. So there's one word which has come up now. Okay, which I was hoping would come up before. Someone said vandalism for the things that are written on the wall. Okay, but what are these things called? What is this design called? And someone has just put it up, and now it's gone upwards in the chat. It's art. Yes, you could say it is art, but more importantly, it is called graffiti. Yeah, it is a scribbling of various things in public spaces. This is what graffiti is. So when it is actually beautiful, then you get really nice graffiti. In some of the walls of public spaces, people make huge paintings. There is some graffiti in Mumbai for Bollywood. So there's pictures of Amitabh Bachchan on walls of large buildings and hotels and all. Yeah. Sometimes graffiti is done as a mode of revenge, as anger, right? And that's when it becomes vandalism, because graffiti is something that spoils the public places, right? So if there are cities where people don't have jobs, there is a lot of crime, there is a lot of robberies taking place, then people vent their frustration using graffiti, that the government or the authorities in charge are not doing it properly. So they put either abusive words or bad pictures, something you don't want to see in public spaces. They may put it on the walls of government buildings, like Amin says. Yes, you're right. They may put it even in railway stations, in bus stops, on the side of trains. So I've seen entire trains covered in graffiti. And you travel, you get to have a look. Yeah. So this is good. So we're learning some new words. Vocabulary eventually is a group exercise. Okay. So the words that you think about when you look at a photo might be different from the words that someone else is thinking. But when you start sharing what you are thinking about, what you are feeling, what is inside you, when you start sharing it with other people, then it starts evoking different feelings and emotions among everyone. And as a group, everyone's vocabulary improves. Okay. So like we did in our last one, I'm going to just highlight what we started with. In fact, here we started with emotions. We started with feelings because that is what we had left from in the previous slide. No, we started with when we saw the photo, people started feeling stressed. People started feeling exhausted. I think some of us identified with the man in the photo. I'm sure all the studies is making us all tired. Some of us might be weak. Some of us might be depressed. We might be feeling hopeless. These are the feelings and emotions that the photo conveyed to us and what we felt inside ourselves when we saw it. This is what the photographer is telling us. Okay. And then some of us had words based on what we were looking at. So those were sleep, man, bench, poor. This is all just words of from what we look at, what we thought we saw. We saw saint, monk, pilgrim, right? We saw a lot of letters on the wall, right? But the other words, the words which I'm highlighting in this dark purple color, are the words which we are feeling inside us. Failure, solitude, right? What else? Where else have we? Alone. Yeah, we might have felt alone. We might have felt hungry. So Rishi has a good caption. This is a photo caption contest. People be like after listening to Apex classes. Wow. Rishi, I hope we are not that boring, yeah? Okay, I'm trying to change things. But that's a good one. That's a nice one. So is this interesting? We're moving on two fronts. Vocabulary based on what we are seeing and vocabulary based on what we are feeling. And why is this useful? Because in our other parts of verbal ability, most likely reading comprehension, sometimes answers to questions are not told to you. They are not mentioned in the passage. You might find some passages, okay, India gained independence in 1947. The question might be, when did India gain independence? And you can go to the passage, get the answer and say. But sometimes the passages are trying to tell you some things which are not mentioned explicitly, which are not directly given to you. Okay, those are called implicit or implied kind of questions. Things that you need to understand by seeing what is written. In this case, it is by seeing a photo. Things that you need to feel, feelings, emotions, what the photographer or the author is trying to evoke. So this is an indirect way of telling you some things. Okay, you have to understand after reading the passage what the author is feeling. These are the same feelings that you will also have. Is the author angry about something? Is that why he's written the passage? Is the author sad? Is he happy with what he's writing about? So this mind frame, the tone of the passage, the attitude of the author, these are some of the indirect things that are asked in reading comprehension. All the questions will not have answers which are found in the passage. They are hidden. It's sometimes called reading between the lines. Okay, so we need to understand what is being told to us indirectly. And of course, we need to express it in as many words as possible, hence this vocabulary exercise. But I'm happy to know from a lot of feedback that is coming in the chat that this is super interesting. It's very engaging. I have one more photo for you. So let's get into that and keep putting me such feedback. It helps to give us energy. Even if you find some issue, you may also feel that classes are not good or something that you want to change, something that we can improve. You can tell me, no problem. Criticism will always be taken positively. Okay. I hope that this is also a mental break from your quant or LR sessions. See, all my classes will not be like this, but at least to start with, we can have some fun. Chalo, last photo for today. Okay, dog, cute, chill. Comedy, yes, it is funny, isn't it? Now hashtags are coming. Na? So I'm creating a new column for hashtags. Swag pe swagat. This is interesting. I haven't heard this before. Swag pe swagat. Okay, so then we have stylish, relax. We have attitude. Okay, dog with attitude. Interesting. Then we have another hashtag, thug life. Can we change it to something dog related? And thug life become pug life. This is better. Okay, chair is there in the background. Okay, what you see, TikTok, someone's writing. Fluffy, referring to the fur, obviously. Photography. Okay, serotonin. This is interesting. Whoever's put serotonin can just explain why. What does it do? I'm not aware. Serotonin. Then specs, sunglasses, shades. All of this is in one line. Huh? All of this is here. Holiday, falling in love, blurred background. So I think that covers photography. Happy, funny. Shades of dog. Oh, that's nice. Shades of dog, another hashtag. And this could literally refer to the sunglasses themselves, or it could refer to the various shades of, character, something deeper. Somehow all the hashtags are coming back to either COVID or Apex. So someone's put hashtag getting recruited after Apex classes. So this is, I'm happy with this. Okay. So last hashtag had a lot about COVID. This one has a lot about Apex. Yeah, attitude, tongue. Okay, we can see his tongue. Okay, hashtag seeing a girl. Interesting. Yeah, what do girls have to say about that? Any comments? Okay, someone's gone into cryptocurrency. Dog coin. I think this is one of the cryptocurrency. Yeah. Dogs be like, oh, these humans. Pause. Before COVID. Okay, so coming back to COVID again. Before COVID. Acha. Covering tears after breakup. Oh, this is new. I haven't heard this before. So it's, some found it a little shocking. Some found it funny. Others are in party mode. Hashtag after getting a girlfriend. Okay. Fair enough. Dog saying, feed me, please. Yep. Maybe. This is not my dog. Huh? I've just found the photo. So just saying. Yeah. Dog feeling after getting a good meal. That's nice. Kabir Singh dog version. I'm not sure what this is. Kabir Singh, one of the movies, I think. Kabir Singh dog version. Photo after marrying crush. A lot of girlfriend, boyfriend related things. Interesting. Waiting for Zomato order. Humans are cute. citing to another dog, watching third picture. Okay, nice. So one thing you may have noticed, and I'm really happy about, we've covered the screen. In all of the 3 photos that I did, it didn't take long to actually cover the entire screen. That's the number of responses that everyone was putting in the chat. And this is really fun. Okay, this is really nice. So I want all of you to keep putting in this much energy, to keep putting in this much participation in all your classes. Okay, be this active. The best use that we can make of our classes over the next 3-4 weeks is to solve along with the class. Whatever topic it may not be all vocab, but on other topics as well. Okay, as much as you can solve, as much as you can be awake and keep absorbing. I know it's tough. Yeah, you are 6 hours you are in the class, it's not easy. But if you can keep, in between the break, just refresh yourself, be awake, try to solve. This will help you in your placements, because you are not going to need to study again if you can learn what is taught in class. You only need to practice a bit through the next 6 months. Okay, so someone's put in the chat that I notice you're not writing on the other side of the line. That's true. So in all of my presentations, except reading comprehension, you'll find that this space I keep for my chat window. So there will always be a space on the right hand side of my screen where I'm keeping your chat window live. And you guys can put my video over there if you wish, or you can also have your chat window on the right hand side. So I won't be using it. When we come to reading comprehension, then you need the whole screen for the passage. Otherwise you can't read, right? And then for RC, my question will come on the right hand side. Okay. So for all other topics, there'll be a space free on the right to keep our chat windows. So you can also keep. Okay. So this was fun. Now I'm going to change the game a bit. So far, we've had a look at words which are from a photo, words which are synonyms. Okay, words which mean the same, different kind of words. Now we are going to move into antonyms. So can anyone tell me synonym, antonym? For those who don't know, synonym, words which mean the same, and antonym, words which mean opposite. So Rishi is being a bit optimistic. After photo, he expects to go into videos now. But maybe I'll try to implement in some of my later classes, but not today. I don't have a video for you today. Okay, so we were doing synonyms so far. We are going to look into antonym. But these are now, I'm not going to put up photos. I'm going to put up word clues. Okay, so when you see the word, you need to tell me what is the opposite of that word as soon as you can. So that's why it's called a rapid fire round. So we are going to move a bit quickly through these words as we go through antonyms. So this is your hint, and I want the opposite of this word starting with A. I've given you the first letter. Okay, quickly, as fast as you can, the first word which comes to your mind. So passive, I've got a lot of answers for active. Okay, there is another antonym of passive which rhymes with passive. Anyone? Active is correct. It works. Yeah. Passive, aggressive. That's good. Vivek. Nice. Aggressive. Okay. So both of these are antonyms of passive. Let's go into the next one. This is easier. What is dull? Opposite of dull, starting with a B. Related to light, no? If it's a dull light, then can you say it is a bright light? Right? Bold is not an opposite. Bold means daring, risk taking. Bold is to have courage. It's not related to dull. Dull is being low. You can relate it to intelligence also. So someone is a dull person, someone is a bright person. Either light or intelligence. Good. So a lot of answers coming in. I'm happy with the energy of the class. I'm happy with the number of responses on the chat. Let's keep it coming. This is easy. Throw, catch. There's no options here. Just one word. Next one. Stay. What can stay be? Opposite of stay starting with D. Okay, so stay is to stay in one place. Now we're looking at opposites which mean a little bit of movement. So some people have put the right answer, some have put depart. Stay, which is to stay, depart is to leave. Like, you're right. So those who wrote leave, you are also correct, but we were looking at words which start with D. So leave is also okay. Some have written drive. So you could say opposite of stay could be movement, but drive is a little bit, it's a long jump to make. Stay to drive. Don't think so. So let's scratch this out. Last one on this slide. Opposite of leave. Okay, that's right. The opposite of leave is to enter. Just imagine yourself in a room, yeah, or a meeting. You're leaving the meeting or you are entering the meeting. So it's simple. So let's go on to something slightly more difficult now. I'm just taking the level up by one. Not very difficult, slightly difficult. And some are getting it already. Good. So smile is an expression on your face when you feel happy. So what expression can there be when you feel sad or when you are not happy? It's frown. Both of them are expressions on your face. Okay. A lot of other people have put more options: furious, frustrated. These are all feelings. These are not expressions on your face. The expression is a frown. You may have a frown on your face even if you are angry about something, if you are frustrated about something. Expression on your face is a frown. So let's quickly jump into the next one. Sad rhymes with sad. Don't write happy. I'm looking for something that starts with G. You have it. Sad, glad. And glad is happy. Sad is unhappy. Okay. Someone has put giggle. Okay, that also works. Giggle is okay. Cheerful is correct. But we were looking at words starting with G. So let's concentrate on antonyms with the first letter. What is proud? And opposite of that. Okay. Proud is to like what you've done, to be proud of your achievements, maybe. Yeah. So proud is to maybe sometimes even show off. And the opposite of proud is humble. Humble is to be not so showing off. Yeah. It is to be quiet. It is to be reserved. Not to overthink oneself, not to have an attitude. Opposite of proud, humble. Okay. Some have put hesitate here, but hesitate is not an opposite of proud. Hesitate means to actually take a pause or not be sure about something. Yeah, to hesitate, to stop and then do. So that is hesitate. So hate also doesn't work. Proud is something related to yourself. Hate is something which you have for others. So hate is not okay. And honor is also not okay. Honor is the same as pride. So proud is an adjective, it's describing. Pride is a noun. It's what you have when you are proud. And honor is the same as pride. Honor, respect, all of that go together. They are all synonyms. Okay. Chalo, quickly. Next one. Right. What does community suggest? And now we have all been used to this word over the last 1 year. Everyone knows what community transmission is. Everyone knows what it means. It's a group of people. Why do we not go into a group? Because we can give COVID to everyone else. Opposite of community, single person, individual. Okay. Some of you all over the time of COVID, we have all gotten used to many COVID related terms. So instead of individual, some of you all have put isolate, which also means alone. So I won't say it is the wrong answer. It works. I'm okay with it. Yeah. And some of you all have put independence. Now, independence is not related to community. Independence is the opposite of dependence. To be dependent on someone, to be ruled by someone. And opposite of that would be independence. Okay. It doesn't necessarily mean alone. So, yeah. Idle is what you would do when you are sitting without doing anything. Idle. He's sitting idle. So idle is not related to whether other people are sitting with you. Idle can be in a group also. Entire group can be idle. So it doesn't mean alone. Okay, one more interesting one, introvert. So community can be said to be opposite to introvert, but exact opposite I would say is extrovert, not introvert. So this would work much better. Yeah, introvert, for those who don't know, someone who doesn't mix in groups. And extrovert is someone who's very social, who mixes freely. Okay. Last one on this slide. And this is a word which maybe some of us may not know. It's a difficult word. Good. I'm happy that some of you all have got it. Only one answer so far. Anyone else not know the meaning of this word? Senile? Yeah, it's okay. It's a difficult word, not very frequently used. So senile is related to old age. You know, senile is what happens when old people start losing their memory. It's memory loss a little bit. They start going, you know, if you go out, you may not remember where you stay. Or some of your relatives may not remember who that person is. They may not recognize. So it's a memory loss which comes in old age. And opposite of senile is something related to youth. It is juvenile, which is youth, not very mature. Yeah. So senile, juvenile. Okay. So let's continue. Keep up the energy. One last slide. And these are easier words. Last slide is quite easy. And then we are done with antonyms. Okay, let's go. Ignorant. All of you all should know this. Ignorant. Quick, first word that comes to mind. Ignorant. Kind? No. Kind is not the answer. Kind is when you are helpful to other people. Kind is when you you do something for others. Yes, knowledge is the answer. Ignorant when you don't know something. Knowledgeable when you know something. Knowledgeable, or you also say known. Okay, both are the same word. Known. Okay, good. Yeah, heavy. Simple one, heavy, opposite of heavy, starting with L, light. No real need to think much. Yep. Next one, phobia. Phobia is to be scared about, to have a fear of. What can be opposite of phobia? Yep, you're right. The opposite is mania. Mania is to be crazy about, to be mad about. Right? So you can say phobia. There can be various phobias that you can have, you know. I think the most common one is claustrophobia, fear of closed spaces. Mania is something that you're mad about. So there can be bibliomania, mad about books. There can be kleptomania, mad about stealing. Good. Someone's put an interesting phobia, hydrophobia. I think hydrophobia is scared of water. I hope you don't have it, but yes, it is correct. Mania can also be substituted with philia. Yes, it's okay. This is also to be crazy about. The philia can be said to have a disease about. Yeah, philia. To be mad about. Kishore has Bahubali mania. Good. Yeah. What other phobias can you name? Anyone else? More phobias you want to start listing out? Yeah. Health maniac. Yes. Gynophobia. Okay. That's interesting. You can put the meaning also, what it means. Even I don't know all the meanings. Yeah. What is gynophobia? I'm not really. Fear of a gynecologist, maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah. College mania. Mad about college. Good. Single phobia. That's not a word. Sorry. Oh, WrestleMania. Someone's looking at WWE. Good. Gym mania. Okay. So let's have our last word for the day and the easiest word. I'm going to answer it for you. Closed, open. Okay. So, yeah, how was that? Slightly tiring, huh? But was that exciting? My chat has stopped working. I think too many answers at one time. So back to video. So that was really charged up. It was a real rapid fire round. All of us were up. All of us were answering. All of us were fired up. It's high energy. At least I was, and I needed to be, because the rate at which the answers were coming in was really nice to see. Good. So you need a break sometimes. Just to the photo session was warm up. It was just getting into the mix of things. What are we talking about? What is vocabulary? Someone's forgotten my name. I'm Kushal. Kushal. Okay. And then we went into a high intensity exercise, something that was fast, words one after the other, something that gets us charged up. And sometimes you need to attempt like this in your exam. You need to give it the kind of energy that I gave in the last 10-15 minutes when we did rapid fire rounds. Continuous questions, one after the other. Keep on solving. Keep your focus. Keep moving. Because verbal ability exams in your campus placements are short exams. Some companies have 20-minute, 30-minute papers, not long. Okay. And the questions also have to be solved quickly. They are vocabulary questions, they are sentence correction questions, they are grammar, sometimes para jumbles, as fast as you can. So you need to go into the zone. Sometimes you hit that, peak. Okay, one after the other, the flow is there. So you can find this sometimes in your examinations. Try it out in your practice tests. Try it out. If you can answer quickly. Some of the practice tests have a relaxed timing. You can answer it aram se, but don't try to meet the timing. Try to do as fast as possible. If it's 30 minutes, but you can solve it in 15, why not? You can. So try it. And then, of course, after every high intensity exercise, you need a break. You need to calm down. You need to get your senses back. You need to your heartbeat needs to regularize. So an interesting question on the chat is that how to improve vocabulary. This I will cover in one of my next vocab classes. So I think 1B6 is someone who's asked this. Can you park this question? It's a longer discussion. I think it will take a 10-15 minute kind of discussion. I have some suggestions. I have some books. I have an exercise which we all can do on a daily basis. But let's not introduce it today. Today is just a light introductory session. It's just warm up. In my next vocab class, I think later this week, either Friday or Saturday, just ask me this again. 1B6. I don't know your name, unfortunately. If you guys want to put name instead of roll number, I am okay. I get to know some of your names as well. Okay, so this is Kavya. So just remind me and I will discuss it next vocab class. Okay, so now I have something more interesting for you. Sometimes when you come to certain words, there's another question in the chat from 2A5. I'm not sure what you mean. The question is how Apex recruited us. So you'll have to explain it a bit better. What you mean by recruitment? Sometimes when you have words in English which are slightly confusing to choose between, okay, there are words which have the same spelling but can mean different things. And there are words which can have different spellings, mean different things, but to say the words, the pronunciation is the same. Okay, these words are called homophones. Homo is same and phone is the word for sound, same sound, homophone. So homophones are words which sound the same, different meaning. Spelling can be different. Homonyms are words which are spelt also the same, may or may not sound the same, meanings are different. Okay, I've come up with a new term for this. It's not an actual English word, right? That term is called confusibles. It's not a word. Please don't use it. Don't say Kushal taught us this new word today. It's just a word that I have come up with, right? I use this word to signify all the words that you can get confused about, right? Common confusibles. Basically, two words which are easy to miss. One might choose the other. From our knowledge, we may not know which one to choose. So let's get into a few examples of these words. So I'm going to put two sentences of the screen. You can just tell me which one the correct word you feel it is in these two sentences. Acha, if my screen is lagging, just switch off my video. Keep the presentation on and keep my voice on, in case. Okay, so here what you can do is, instead of typing out this answer, I'm going to make it easy for you. Just type out the option number from which one you feel is right. Okay, and I want both at one time. Don't put one and then in the next message you put two, because the messages keep disappearing for me. So if you think both of them are one, put 1, 1. If you think both of them are two, put 2, 2. Okay, something like this. We'll use this format for all our answers today. Okay, so shall we solve? These are again, like I said, homophones. The pronunciation of these two words is the same, course and course. So when people are saying it, you won't be able to make out which one it is. But whenever we use anything related to studies, or we are talking about any curriculum, yeah, you guys are doing an engineering course, no, a 4-year course. It could also be related to medicine. When you are sick, you go to the doctor. What does he prescribe? The doctor gives you a 5-day course of antibiotics, right? So anything related to studies, to medicine, we use COURSE. Okay, and COARSE means rough. So when you touch any surface and it is not smooth, it is rough, you can say that surface is coarse. So it can be used for a cloth as it is used here, fabric. It can be used for the bark of a tree. Yeah, it's coarse. If you rub your hand, it may get hurt, maybe. It can be used for the road if the surface is not finished. Anything that is not smooth is coarse. Okay, so the answer here was 1, 2 is what I was looking for. Okay, let's do two more. Okay, so this one is simple. There is a type of noun called possessive noun. Okay, so what is a possessive noun? Something that gives belonging to someone else. So you could say this is Kushal's PPT. Yeah, Kushal's presentation has a yellow border. So this is a possessive noun. Kushal apostrophe S. It signifies that the presentation belongs to me. Possessive noun. You could say that boy's bag is green in color. The bag belongs to the boy. Possessive noun apostrophe S. Okay. Now, an exception to this rule is when you use it with a possessive noun. Okay, so can we have an example? The dog was wearing its sunglasses. Its sunglasses. Right? The airplane began its descent. So sunglasses belonging to the dog, belonging to it. Descent belonging to the airplane, belonging to someone else. When it is used in the possessive sense, there is no apostrophe. Okay, this one is correct. There is no apostrophe in possessive it. Its descent. The dog was wagging its tail because it was happy. The dog fetched its leash because it wanted to go for a walk. So wherever its is used in the possessive sense, you don't need an apostrophe. Then what is it apostrophe s? It is the short form of it is. When two words are combined to form one word, you put apostrophe s. It is not my fault. So this one is correct. So the second answer was also 1, 2. Yeah, you're right. 3G3. It's heavy. It's a sunny day today. It's raining outside. All of this will take it apostrophe s because it's a short form of it is. Okay. So you need to remember this rule. Huh? All of these sentences which I have on the slide are coming from your exams. These are all exam questions. So the examiners will ask you to choose between two words which are very close. You don't know when to use which and when to use which. This is where you need to learn. And a rule that you need to know, this will stay in your mind forever. So you won't be confused after this. That's why this section is called common confusables. Okay. All of these sentences are exam questions from vocab. Yeah, you're right, Vivek. It's unbelievable. Everywhere where it is a short form, you use it is. There are a few more examples of this. What is the short form of cannot? It's can't, right? Apostrophe T, short form. What is the short form of shouldn't? Should not. It's shouldn't. Apostrophe T. So wherever you shorten things, it's called a contraction. You use apostrophe. Nowadays, when we type in our WhatsApp, we don't use the apostrophe because we are so used to not saying it correctly and typing it quickly that we've stopped using the apostrophe. And that is where the two words become difficult. Yeah, because we are not using them in our day-to-day speech. That is where it becomes difficult. So A249, I'll get back to you. Let me just look it up. Can you give me a sentence? And then I can explain maybe. It's not coming to my mind immediately. It's with an apostrophe after S. I'm not sure if I've used it before. Put me a sample sentence, no? We can take it up. Meanwhile, next slide. Chalo, I'll put up 4 at one time. Huh? I want all 4 in one answer. So you can, if you feel all are 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, shall we solve? So Aditya had an interesting doubt. He's saying whether it's not my thing or it's not my thing. So Aditya, here it is. This is a short form. It is not my thing. Its is a possession. The dog was wagging its tail. The aircraft began its descent. Here it's not possessive. It's a short form of it is. These are slightly more difficult, no? I think on the last page, I had a good accuracy level. I think maybe 80-85% of you all got it right. On this page, it's a bit lower. It's maybe 50-60% who have got it right. Yeah. So when you use advice as a noun, so how do you identify a noun? A noun is a thing, something which you can hold in your hand, something which you can give to someone else, something which you can count. Yeah. A noun is a thing. So when advice is something which you are giving to someone else, just try holding it and here, take my advice. Yeah. Then you are saying advice is a noun. Okay. Whenever it is a noun, then you use the spelling CE. Okay. Advice as a noun. It's a thing. So just imagine holding it in your hand and giving it to someone. So please give me some advice on the matter. Okay. In this, advice is being used as a noun and give is your verb, your action that is happening. Action. Okay. So what is a verb? A verb is an action or an event which happens. Okay, it's something that is ongoing. Okay, so when advice is used as a verb, then you use the spelling SE, advice. He advised me on the matter. Okay, he advised. This is your verb. So this is 2,2. When it's a noun, you use CE. When it's a verb, you use SE. Advise as a noun, advise as a verb. I hope that you guys did this in your parts of speech. How to identify noun, how to identify verb. Should have it covered by now. Yeah. Now you guys are all engineers, so discrete should be easier. I think those who are on the mechanical side, discrete liquids, discrete solutions, two things which do not mix, which are separate, right? Those who are on the IT side, electronics, I think you have a topic called discrete structures. Yeah. So discrete, when you say two separate things, then it refers to CRET, two separate things which do not mix. Okay. And discrete with CREET means quietly or in a hidden manner, or you could say away from the spotlight. Okay, so his discrete analysis of the situation made life easier for the board members. What is the problem here? The board members had some problem which required investigation, right? And someone's discrete analysis, someone who didn't reveal the investigation to the public, who didn't talk to many people, he went about the investigation by himself, made it easier for the board members. So it got done and the problem was solved. So in this one, we choose discrete. And these are two discrete subjects. Kindly don't combine them. So I was looking for 2, 2, 2, 1. This was my answer. Okay. So is this nice? Is this interesting? A good way to learn? Confusing? And this is again practice of sentence completion only. It's fill in the blanks, but it is vocabulary related, not grammar. And these are some of the problems that have come in exams before. Some of the confusing words that are close. Okay. So I have a few more of these. I have 2 more slides, but we also do these kind of exercises on our Insta page, which is here. So we, on a weekly basis, we do exercises like this, 2 confusing words, which would you choose? And then we give the answer at the end of the day. We have exercises on logical reasoning. We give you a puzzle, you can put your answer in the comments and we give you the answer at the end of the day. So maybe after the class, if you have a break and if you want to keep doing these kind of exercises throughout the next 6 months or throughout your preparation, keep improving your vocabulary on a weekly basis. You can just go and follow us, Apex YZ. They're right here. Okay, so let's do some more. Let's have a look at 4 more. I think these are easier than the last one. Yeah. Rishi, I'll explain the meaning. No worries when we solve it. Meanwhile, you can take a guess. No problem. Whatever you feel. Okay. So whenever you have a row of seats, yeah, this is a row of seats. It could be in a plane, it could be in a train, it could be in a bus, it could be in a cinema theater, where there'll be many more seats, not just four. It could also be in a church, maybe. A row of seats with some path to walk in between. So this is, if this is a plane and these are the seats, then this is the path on which the air hostess will walk, or we will also walk when we either we board the plane or we deplane. This path is called the aisle, AISLE. It's a path between a row of seats. Okay, so it can be found in many places. If you guys have more examples, you can put it on the chat. Where else have you heard this word? Aisle. Those who have a Christian wedding, church wedding, they walk down the aisle, no? Between the church seats, they walk down the aisle and they get married in the pew. So this is aisle. Okay, AISLE. And another word which sounds the same, aisle, it's pronounced the same way. But ISLE is short form of island. Okay, so this is like an island which you can consider Lakshadweep, Andaman Nicobar, many islands are there. No? Bali is an island in Indonesia. Last summer we visited the island of Bali, isle and isle. So we have 1, 2 in this one. Okay, then be humble. Don't flaunt your wealth in such an insensitive matter. Flaunt is to show off. Yeah, to wear a lot of gold, to spend a lot of money, to openly spend, carry cash in your wallet, flaunting your wealth, buy expensive stuff, showing off. And drivers who flout the traffic rule must be penalized heavily. So flout is either to not follow the rules, or it could also mean to break the rules, flout the rules. Usually it is used in case of rules. So we had 1, 2, 1, 2. This was my answer. Yeah, good. Any doubts here on this one or on the previous one? Yeah, Amin is happy about correct answers. Good. These are all exam questions. If you're getting it right, you're practically there. And there will be more practice on the website as well. Okay, so look at this solution. It's ingenious. Now both of these pronounced almost the same way, almost. Ingenious, IOUS, means clever or original, something that no one has thought about before. Ingenious. Okay, and ingenuous means simple or innocent. Yeah, ingenuous is someone who is easy to be tricked. Right? So look at this solution. It's ingenious. So it's a clever solution. The ingenuous villager was duped by the foxy trader because the villager was simple. He was easy to be tricked. What is duped? Dupe is to trick. And foxy is sly or tricky, clever. Yeah, foxy trader. So the trader tricked the villager turned out to be ingenuous. So we had 2, 1. After breakfast, I pored over some books. Pored is to read or to study in great detail. Okay, so pored over can be used for books. He was poring over some books. He was poring over some cases. He was poring over some files. He was poring over documents. It literally means like you're sitting with a magnifying glass, reading very carefully, poured over. And after some time, he couldn't take the heat. Cuss words poured from his mouth. So pour literally means when you're pouring something out from a glass or a container, a liquid which comes out of a bottle, poured. In this case, cuss words, which are abusive words, are coming out from his mouth. So someone is giving a lot of abusive words. So it is poured, P-O-U-R-E-D. Again, pronunciation same, spelling different, homophones. So we had 2, 1, 2, 1. This was your answer. Okay. So good class today. Was it fun? Just vocab, just warm up. First class for me with y'all, and it was good to meet you. We started with a little photo exercises just to keep our creative juices, our vocabulary, our thoughts flowing. Yeah. Then we went into a rapid fire round, tried to get antonyms, and then we moved into a little exam level questions, confusing words. What do examiners try to test you on? Common confusables, which are called homophones and homonyms, right? So let me know how you felt about the class in the chat. Give me some feedback. If there's anything at my end that I can improve, I'll try to improve. Yeah, please feel free to use the chat for all criticism. And if you want to praise me also, I'm okay. I'm happy. And I hope you had fun. I had fun taking this class, and I'm really happy with the participation and the energy that you guys chose on our chat. Okay. So I look forward to meeting you again. I will definitely meet you later this week. We have 2 more topics to cover. Meanwhile, stay safe, keep having fun in all the verbal classes, and stay away from COVID. Most importantly, we have an interesting 6 months coming up of placements. So don't fall sick. Keep wearing mask and keep using sanitizer. Okay. You can visit the website for more practice tests and start attempting. I think college has made it compulsory. I don't know why, but it's not our call. But yeah, have a look. Vocab test will be live already, so you can go and attempt. Okay, chalo. So have a good day. Let's close a bit early, few minutes early. Take a break, and I'll see you all again. Bye bye.